Well, I'm standing on a balcony overlooking Tahrir Square, and there are tens of thousands of people still there. They've been there all day. It's getting on into the night here, but they are unbowed and unmoved, and they want to stay there to maintain pressure on this military government. They want it was dubbed Last Chance Friday, and they want these people to go. There's a thick fog in the air, but it's also been mixed with smoke. There's been letting off fireworks and celebrations. They're very pleased that they've managed to maintain control of the square for the past week, despite the bloodshed. Today, fortunately today, there was no violence. They managed to have a day of peace, and they were also very happy about that as well.
So, Michael, the protesters have asked for or demanded the postponement of elections, which are due on Monday. The appointment of Kamal al-Ganzouri as the interim Prime Minister, how has that been received?
Well, many people were appalled today. They're outraged. Mr. Ganzouri served as Prime Minister under Hosni Mubarak from 96 to 99, and they just see the military as appointing a former Mubarak man as being an inflammatory move. There was certainly, we met a man who was one of the candidates, one of the 5 candidates for interim Prime Minister, and he told us that this was outrageous, that the military were being incredibly provocative, that the military over the last 9 months have done nothing for social justice, and every step of the way they have walked away from this revolution, and they're maintaining their hold on power. Now, that was Hossam Issa, and he told us that there's a lot of anger that won't go away after these elections on Monday. We've also heard tonight that the elections will now be held over. These elections will be held over months anyway, but the first voting for this parliamentary election on Monday will now be held over 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. A general went on TV earlier today to say that simply because they just aren't. It doesn't appear that they're not ready for these elections. Certainly, we have not seen any campaigning going on in the streets in and around Cairo from what we've been able to gather. Everyone has been focused on these protests and maintaining the pressure on the military government to cede power. Now, another development that happened later tonight, we've been out. Some of the protesters from Tahrir Square have moved on the cabinet building some 3, 4, maybe 6 blocks away from Tahrir Square. They've camped outside there's several hundred of them have camped outside the cabinet building. It's between Tahrir Square and the Parliament, next to the Parliament, and they are going to stay there, they say, to try and block any access to the building so the new Prime Minister cannot form a cabinet. It's a provocative move. It's one to challenge. It's yet another move by these young protesters to challenge the military government, to see whether the military government will attempt to move them out the way. Another potential flashpoint in the coming days.